What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a quick breakdown of the natural gas report that came out 2 days ago, and I want to give you guys my opinion surrounding natural gas. We'll do a technical breakdown, thoughts around it, what do I plan on doing, maybe going long or maybe going short, and I also want to break down two ETNs that a lot of people that track my channel or follow my channel, rather, they trade these, and I trade them from time to time, and they're called UGAZ and DGAZ. We'll do a whole technical breakdown and share my opinion. I'll share my opinion with you guys surrounding those two. But before we do get into that, all I ask from you is if you enjoy this video, if you find value in this video, simply go down below for me and hit that like button. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see further content like this. And if you haven't yet claimed your 2 free stocks from Webull, I have an affiliate link down below where if you deposit $100 into the account using that link, you get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. So go get your free money. That is linked down below in the description box. Sorry guys, my voice. I don't know what's going on today. So let's hop right into it, starting off just quickly breaking down what happened since the last natural gas episode that I uploaded last Saturday. So here we're looking at /NGG20, which are the February futures here for natural gas. And if you guys don't recall, in last week's video, we talked about this massive drop that natural gas experienced. It went from $2 all the way down to about $1.83 at its low here in the span of what, a day, maybe a day and a half, 2 days. And since then, you guys can see we've consolidated. But last week we talked about how this was very oversold. The RSI was very, very oversold, down to about 11, 10, which is insane because anything under 30, close to 30 is oversold, and especially under 30 is ridiculously oversold. So I was looking at this as a potential rebound play for natural gas. And what do we trade when natural gas goes up? We trade UGAZ, right, which goes up 3 times whatever natural gas is going up. So I figured very oversold, a potential rebound play over the next 5-6 days. And you guys can see that's kind of what we got. Although it wasn't too drastic, natural gas was able to go from 183 at its low, despite it only hitting that for a brief second, I believe, but it is its low, right? And then it recovered to about 190 and then slowly climbed up to about 197. And that's the rebound play that I was talking about, guys. Remember last week I said very overbought, or oversold rather, extremely oversold. Watch for the play back to that 50 SMA, maybe even back to that 180 SMA if it does break that 50 SMA on this hourly chart. And you guys can see that ended up happening. And what did I say last week? I said I'm considering shorting every natural gas rally, which we use DGAZ to do that, or at least I personally do, which goes up whenever natural gas is going down. So you see the rally we had back up to that 180 SMA, roughly at about $2. We pretty much filled that gap that dropped, and now what's happening? It's falling back down. So the shorting the rally theory, that's still relevant here. It's a strategy that many people have been using over these past couple of weeks as natural gas has gotten oversold and it's rallied back up. That's the point where you can short that rally, right? So now we're seeing the push down from about 197 to about $2, all the way down to about 190 again, 188, 190, which happens to be a support from these past couple of days in the market. So for me, on a quick technical basis here, if this were to break 188, that's where we can see another huge gap down on natural gas. We've been seeing some price targets. 180 is one of them. 150 is on the low end. But if we do break 188, 190, we may be going back to 183, back to 180 in the short term here, just strictly technically speaking. So before we get too in depth with that, let's actually talk about the natural gas report that came out 2 days ago here on Thursday. And by the way, it comes out every single Thursday unless there's a holiday and one day the market's closed during that week. That's different. But let's say it's a regular trading week. It comes out Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is the website, ir.eia.gov, or you can simply just go on Google and type in natural gas report. And what this shows us is the inventory levels week over week, the net change of them week over week throughout the different regions here in the United States of America. So the East region saw a 20 BCF withdrawal, and BCF is how, the inventory is tracked in a way. That's the metric that's used, and that stands for billion cubic feet. So in the East, we had a 20 BCF withdrawal, Midwest, a 36 BCF withdrawal, and in the mountain region, a negative 10, or rather just a 10 BCF withdrawal. In the Pacific region, we had a 15 BCF withdrawal. In the South Central region, an 11 BCF withdrawal. In the Salt region, we actually had an 8 BCF injection, and non-salt, we had a 19 BCF withdrawal, totaling to around exactly a 92 BCF net change from week over week. And if we go down here to the summary, we can see working gas in storage was 2,947 BCF as of Friday, January 17th, 2020. This represents a net change, like we just said, 92 BCF from the previous week. Stocks were 554 BCF higher than last year at this time, and 251 BCF above the 5-year average of 2696. At 2947 BCF, which again is what we're at right now, total working gas is within the 5-year historical range. And honestly, the fact that it's up 251 BCF above the 5-year average, what does that tell me, guys? Production's pretty high right now. We've been talking about this, across these natural gas episodes every Saturday, that's been the story this year. Natural gas productions are extremely high compared to last year and the 5-year average due to the winter being more mild. It is literally 50 degrees outside here in January, heading into February on the East Coast where I'm at in New Jersey, and that's not normal. And based on some weather models we'll see here in a couple of minutes, it's only supposed to get milder here heading into the beginning of February, which really supports my theory of shorting the rally and continuing to short it. And I think if the weather does get mild, like the models are showing right now, and take those with a grain of salt, guys, they do change a lot, but let's say it does play out where the weather continues to be mild heading into February, we break 190 here, that could be a huge sign to go long on DGAZ. So let's talk about some weather here, and this weather model in particular that I'm looking at. So starting off, we'll take a look at the January 24th through 30th weather. So a weather system with rain and snow will track through the eastern U.S. the next several days, although there isn't much cold air with the system as highs reach the 30s to 50s across the northern U.S., locally colder with 50s to 70s across the southern U.S. Much of the U.S. will be milder than normal next week, but still with weather systems tracking across the country, just with limited amounts of sub-freezing air. Overall, national demand will be lighter than normal the next 7 days as frigid air retreats into Canada. So taking a look now at this weather model that's showing us some trends heading into the early February days, February 3rd through the 7th to be exact, up to the 7th that is, we can see based on Friday, the overall weather data trended milder, especially in the European model that showed less cold air into the northern U.S. February 3rd through 7th, which is what you see on the right of this little graph. As you can see, milder trending weather there. The GFS also wasn't as cold February 6th through the 8th. This is a bearish development as the nat gas markets were likely expecting or hoping for stronger demand after February 4th, and any backing off after 5 weeks of bearish weather is likely to be viewed as disappointing. Essentially, the weather data would need to trend back colder February 4th through 7th, or bearish weather headwinds will continue through the first week of February. So This is huge, guys. This is telling us that in these next about 1, 2, maybe even upwards to 3 weeks, actually maybe not 3 weeks, more like 10 to 14 days, I'd say, this is supposed to be more mild in terms of the weather. And again, that goes back to the DGAZ play that I think is setting up here, and it's already been kind of trending up in terms of DGAZ since the 23rd of January, which was when that report came out. Notice how on Thursday the report came out, and that's when natural gas started downtrending. So if we're going back, or two rather, because we haven't even looked at it quite yet. But if we're taking a look here at DGAZ, what ended up happening? We hit that high at about 270. Now we're pulling down 230. This is when the report came out. And since the report, DGAZ has been ridiculously bullish. It's gone from 235 up, let's take a look, all the way up to about 275, which in the span of 2 days, that's a gain of close to 12 to about 14%. And if we zoom out a bit, I remember somebody commented on my channel a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple days ago, that DGAZ could go to 300. And that seems like what is setting up here, to be quite honest, guys. I don't know if we can see this maybe on the 4-hour chart. Let me take a look at the 1-year chart. Bear with me here, guys. But either way, based on that 190 break, we don't really have to see any resistances on DGAZ to see this, but actually, no, we can see an old resistance is at around 300, which could be where we do end up heading to, but either way, that doesn't really matter because DGAZ trades on strictly the movement of natural gas. So if natural gas were to dump 5%, well, guess what happens? Or even 3-4% at this point. Guess what will happen? DGAZ will hit 300. So I'd say just watch this consolidation heading into Monday. Watch what is going on Sunday when the futures market opens at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, and that'll give you a better understanding at least where natural gas will be going to start off the week. And especially heading into Monday, let's say the futures are down maybe 0.5%, 1% in terms of natural gas. DGAZ is spiking up pre-market. That could be the breakout entry that I'm looking for to maybe, again, ride it up to, let's say, 290, 300 based on how far natural gas does end up dumping. So overall, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'm still bullish DGAZ as of right now, and that does not mean you have to be. You can definitely disagree with me. You can drop your opinions down below in the comment section, but based on the price action surrounding that report, based on these weather models being more bearish heading to these next 10, 14 days, this is, the fundamentals and some technicals that I'm looking at that are leading me to believe that DGAZ is the play here still. And that will most likely change one of these weeks when I do these videos. But as of now, that's how it is for me, at least. And I'd love to know what you guys have to think, again, down below in the comments section. So overall, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to go down below, hit that like button, and consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see further content like this and just stock market content in general. I'm uploading on this channel every single day. And if you guys, again, have not claimed your 2 free stocks from Webull, that is linked down below. You get 2 free stocks with a deposit of $100, and those 2 free stocks are valued up to $1,400. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks again for watching. As always, peace out.